Hey soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and before we begin, I just want to thank you guys very much for your kind wishes for the holidays and the new year. Happy New Year, everyone. May this year or the next year, 2023, be a year where all of your dreams come true, the things that you've been waiting to happen come true for you, and may it be a genuinely happy new year for you. Thank you guys, and in today's reading we're taking a look at your predictions for the month of January 2023. Let's take a look together. Very excited about today's reading. It's the new year. Let's see how it starts off for you guys, and we'll be picking 4 piles together. So 1, these are major arcana cards. Let's see what we have. 1, 2, 3. I feel like this is number 4. Let's see what you have. So for pile number 1, you have the High Priestess. For pile number 2, you have the Strength card. For pile number 3, you have the Justice card. And for pile number 4, you have the Lovers card. If you like to pick with crystals, let me add these right now. There we go. So for pile number 1, you have the Bloodstone point. Oh, let me adjust that. There we go. And this is what your crystal looks like. For pile number 2, you have the Dalmation Jasper point, and this is what your crystal looks like. For pile number 3, you have the Sodalite, and this is Sodalite point, of course, and this is what your crystal looks like. And for pile number 4, you have the White Howlite point, and this is what your crystal looks like. All right, so take a look at which one of these 4 piles or 4 crystals you're the most drawn to, and that will probably be the pile for you here today. But as I always say, if you feel drawn to more than one pile, also trust your intuition. You can click on it and see even more details of perhaps something that you wanted to know about, a different perspective, a different area of your life. And so your intuition really guides you to check other piles, if you feel drawn to them, of course, because perhaps there are messages there for you. And so let it guide the way. Whether it leads you to just one pile and you look at it and you know that's your pile, that's it, trust it. Whether it's leading you to several, let it guide the way. Perhaps it's even drawing you to all of them. In all cases, it is your intuition, that is your magic that always guides you to the right reading. That's what I always say. So I encourage you to trust it. And as usual, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I'll see you in your readings. Hey soul family, welcome to your shuffling and card picking process. It is so lovely to have you here as we prepare for your piles. And as you know, in today's reading, we're taking a look at your 2023 predictions for the month of January. And to do this reading, we are going to be using the cards here on the table. On the left are the oracle decks, and on the right are the tarot decks that we will be using. So let's get straight into preparing for your piles. And the way we do this is usually, unless the preparation goes in a different way, usually we take one card from each of the oracle decks on the left and two cards from the tarot decks on the right. In today's reading, I find this deck to be interesting, so I'm gonna add a fifth deck to the reading from the ones that I initially wanted to use and see how that goes. All right, so what are their predictions for the four piles for January 2023, please? Thank you. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Wonderful. Let's keep it here. All right. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay, wonderful. Pick this one up. Oh, well. There seems to be a message for the people watching the preparation pile. Looks like in January there's some sort of partnership happening, an important actually partnership happening between you and someone. This is going to be a long-term partnership. So think of course, romance. Maybe you finding the right person. Think of business partner, a colleague that you're going to be starting to work with a lot in the new year, a new roommate or housemate. Yeah, there is some new partnership happening in January. With marriage appearing, it seems like this partnership will be in your life for a very, very long time. Marriage symbolizes long term, you know, for better or for worse. So look forward to you making an important type of partnership this month or January 2023. Very, very cool. Oh, I feel like this one and this one. Oh, that was quick. All right, so we'll start off with this deck. So 2. 2. 2. And 2. Wonderful. Guys, I want to share something that happened to me today. You will not believe this. I hope that... Let me pull out the cards so that I don't waste your time and tell you something magnificent happened with this deck and why it's appearing as an extra in today's reading. Let me find the card first. Funny, I was just about to look at your cards and I found it as the next card. So this is what happened, right? I have a friend who in very, very a few occasions, I think it only happened twice this year, this whole year, was kind enough to get me a nice cup of coffee. And the funny thing is, these 2 times happened actually during a reading, and I got a surprise cup of coffee, and I was like, guys, oh, actually 2 cups of coffees, and one time there, this friend got me a packet of nuts. So it was really kind. This person on their way to work passes by my house, and so they remember me and they get me so, you know, it happened 3 times this whole year. It's not something that happens frequently, but on these 3 times it was such a sweet and pleasant surprise. So I pulled out, I wasn't going to use this deck today, but I pulled out a card, and then look what I got. I got someone who has a surprise and is knocking on the door. So I was like, okay, maybe today is one of those very, very lucky days. And I'm going to have my friend come and bring me a surprise. So let me surprise this friend with what tarot can sometimes do, right? And have a laugh about it. So I called this friend and I was like, hey, so what are you up to? And this friend, funny, was on the way to work. So I was like, hey, I know what you're doing. You're getting me a surprise, right? And he was like, what? I was like, yeah, you're getting me a surprise. I saw it in the cards. And he's like, look, I would love to get you surprised, but it's not happening today. So I was like, so weird. And then I told him about the card and how funny it was that I got this card. And as I was speaking to this person, I kid you not, the doorbell rang. And I was like, hold up, looks like I'm getting my surprise. I'll call you back. And no joke, my neighbor knocks, and this neighbor, I gave them some money to buy some oils that they got that I really liked, right? So they bought the oils, and then they told me, hey, the fourth one that you wanted, I told this company that they gave discounts. Why don't I take the fourth one as a discount? And the company agreed and gave me the fourth one for free. I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Thank you so much. And thank you for, asking them to get a discount. Is so sweet of you. Thank you. Thank you. And that was it. And I was flabbergasted because it turns out that they did have a surprise for me. Sorry. They wanted to surprise me that they made this nice discount for me, or at least they talked about it and they got it for me. So it was so nice, and to have it happen, right when I pulled the card, it was crazy. So that's the reason why I'm using this deck for today's reading. I felt like, whoa, I'm going to use this today for everyone. But it's amazing, right? It didn't turn out to be exactly the person who I thought will probably be the one to get the surprise, but there was a doorbell ring and there was a surprise happening. So it was really cool to have that happen. And day by day, as I pull out cards and I do readings for you, it's magical how we always get our messages. It never ceases to amaze me how it just works. The whole thing works, and how we always get our message when we're supposed to. Really, guys, even when things take time to happen, from experience, you will see that if you were promised something, you will be getting it. Divine timing is really, I know we don't like to hear that, but really, divine timing is the thing. You will get it when you're supposed to get it, and it's gonna come in ways that you will not expect. All right, so maybe not in the same way you expected, maybe not in the same person you expected, maybe not through the direction you expected, but you always get what you promised, and that is just that. Okay, so let's now continue your preparation. It was so cool today. It's so cool to see the magic happening right away as well. So cool. All right. 4. No, we'll take, I feel like it's these 2. All right. Three. Looks like this pile is going to get 3. Okay. Oh, and 3 for this pile as well. Oh, sorry. There we go. There we go. Let's now start putting them neatly for your reading today. I'll take this pile number 1. There we go. So that is pile 1. Yeah. Whoa! Pile number 2. They're quite slippery today, so I have to be more forgiving of the cards just not aligning perfectly in a way that may be more pleasant, or we'll just let it be today. So pile number 3, yeah, very slippery today. And pile number 4. There we go. All right, let's now put in the crystals. So we have the High Priestess. The Bloodstone point with the High Priestess. We have the Dalmation Jasper point. We have the Sodalite point. And we have the white Howlite. All right, so your 4 piles for today's reading are now ready. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. It felt so good also. It was so nice to share my experience with you. I feel like I have a place where I can say all these magical things with a community that will totally get it. So it's so nice to share it with you guys. Thank you for spending this time with me, and let's get straight into your reading. Love you guys. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful Bloodstone point as well as the High Priestess. Let me adjust that so you can see it. There we go. Let's see how this fits into your reading today. And we're taking a look at your predictions for the month of January 2023. To start off your reading, we're going to take a look at your oracle cards first. Yes, I thought there was one missing. So first you have, so this oracle card is quite different. Each one of these has a message, and you're supposed to pick one of these for the reading. And so the way I'm going to use this oracle card is that I'll see what the cards, which one of these 3 the cards are choosing depending on what we see on the table, and this will be the message that I'll read out for you and see how to interpret it in the reading. I think it's going to be really cool, a reading within a reading, all to help put the message together. Very excited about using this for you. And also, the elements could be read during the reading as well. So let's see how this goes. You also have, you have medicine bottle, teacup, and rose. You have moon in Taurus with exaltation. Lovely. And you have, poverty. Interesting. Okay. Let's take a look at your tarot cards. So you have the Page of Wands. You have the 7 of Cups. Beautiful. Okay. You have the Ace of Swords. You have the King of Cups. The Hanged Man. Okay, so that really explains it. You have the Seven of Cups again. It's nearly right under it. You have the Six of Intuition, which is the Six of Swords. You have the Devil card with a lot of chains here, I see. You have the King of Wands, very interesting, holding a hot cup of tea here in the cold. Wonderful. And you have, the Five of Swords with something going steeply down. Yeah, I mean, without even the Five of Swords, I saw it here and I saw it here. Now the Five of Swords comes and I really see the situation pretty clearly. So the High Priestess that you were the reason perhaps why you were so drawn to the High Priestess is because there may be some doubts that you have. And because the High Priestess, the reversal of it or the shadow of it, and see we have the Hanged Man here, the shadow of it could be some doubts. I feel like with the Poverty card showing, there is a lack, or perhaps with how your cards are forming, with the Hanged Man upside down, it was up and going down. With the Five of Swords showing something that was up going steeply down, I feel like even the King of Wands here in conjunction to the Devil with the chains, I feel like you are currently facing some doubts and worries because perhaps something in your life was going so well and you feel like it's going in a direction that you may not really like, or perhaps it's not going in the direction. Doubts, sorry. You are worried because the Devil is an illusion as well. You are worried that what was once maybe good is may go down in a direction that you do not like. And so always remember with the Devil card, not everything that you see you are going to get. And sometimes there are things that give us the impression that something is going to go wrong, but sometimes, especially with the Devil card appearing in conjunction to the Six of Swords, Six of Swords energy is something actually going towards the right direction. Maybe slow, but it is going in the right direction at the end of the day. And perhaps there are some worries attached to something that is really good in your life and you feel like you might lose it. You feel like, see, King of Wands shows that you are in a good position. King of Cups, so exaltation. It looks like you are perhaps even in a very good position and worried about losing this. This could be doubts coming from small things that happened that are making you feel that it's going to go wrong, very wrong. So these are really worries and doubts where although some elements are correct, it is, however, not a trajectory to where you're going. But rather with the Devil card, it's where your illusion, your worries are going instead. Okay. Remember when I told you from the reading, we will be able to know which one of these is yours? Look at the King of Wands here holding a teacup, right? So obviously, it's time to take a look at the message here and see what the message of the teacup is. Let me get the guidebook that I put here for this reading. So we're first going to take a look at teacup, and then I'm going to QRST. So teacup 95. Let's take a look at what your message is. 95. Like the North Star, bright on a winter night, your answer easily found. Yes. Like the North Star, bright on a winter night. Do you see what this means? Your message is like with the night, because the King of Wands here is in the night as well, on a cold night. On a winter night. Do you see how specific this is? Like the North Star, bright on a winter night. This tells me that although this table keeps tilting today, although you have some worries, and see, we kind of feel like it's gonna fall or something today, the table. It's not. And again, that's the message, that starting January, there's clarity, there's a new beginning that is very favorable for you. In fact, Seven of Cups twice shows that whatever you're really, it's a card of great fantasies and dreaming of big things. Sometimes it's so big one might think that it's building castles in the cloud. But here's what it says. Although it is like reaching for the stars, you are going to be achieving these huge dreams. You are going in the right direction, and you are going to be creating big things. Although there might be some things at the moment that do seem like it's cold, like it's not going well, that it might all fall apart. This is not going to be your story at all, my dear pile number one. You are going safely in the right direction, and you will be getting not just what you're hoping for, you're getting something big. You're on the right track, or you're going towards the right track. And I see with the tornado and the rain here, at the very background of this image, right on the uppermost left corner here, showing that although someone is on their way to travel, they're moving, they're obviously having fun, they are safe. The picture up top shows me that maybe the worries, or your message today in your cards, that maybe the worries, these extreme worries, especially with the poverty card and the steep downslope of the Five of Swords, that these are all ideas perhaps pertaining to some time in your life where things went terribly wrong. And so now there are worries that are created and could perhaps be a trigger whenever anything slightly goes wrong, feeling like you are suddenly gonna lose everything, and it's suddenly gonna go down, it's suddenly gonna shift. But that's not your situation at all, my dear pile number one. Regardless of whether you are, although I really feel with the exaltation here, it could mean two things. You're either doing really well and you're worried about losing it all, or you are going into an amazing direction, but you kind of feel like it's not going to go in the direction you're hoping. All in all, in both cases, it is very clear that you are on the right direction, that things are moving up, and that these fears are not necessarily true, my dear pile number one. And always remember, really, seeing especially the medicine right next to the High Priestess, that the High Priestess holds ancient wisdom and secrets, right? And we do know that how we think and how we feel genuinely attracts energy to us. And if you heard, not just heard, tested it out actually as well for yourself. This is the spiritual community. You must have tested it out for yourself. How you see how our own energies affects greatly our environment and our day. You being drawn to the High Priestess, obviously, and the crow here in appearing in the reading, I really see that you are a highly spiritual person, especially the way the High Priestess is holding this very bright moon. And so you could be really someone with high intuition, someone who has strong energy, manifests things quickly, or has the high capability of manifesting things into your life. You obviously have a lot of ancient wisdom within you. You could be either an old soul or just a magical being in general. And so your thoughts especially does affect your environment. And I see that there is a new start here in January for you. See, seeing the Ace of Swords, I can't help but feel that it is clarity. It is the mind. So I'm not sure, perhaps you are going to change the way you see things, either because of this reading, or maybe you've been watching things recently or reading, or maybe this is a decision that you will be taking in January. There's a lot of clarity here and a lot of self-control, especially with your emotions. I see there is a new beginning in January where, in any case, things are going well for you, especially where we checked with the teacup here. Things are bright, even on a winter day for you. Things are gonna go great. And I feel like a big change that I see you doing in January is clarity in thinking. I feel like you are changing your energy into much powerful energy, where you're like, no, maybe, you know what? In the beginning of the year, we're all positive. We're all feeling like we can achieve so many things. So that could be one of the main reasons why this is centering your reading. I see that you've taken a hold here in January over your mind and over low expectations and the chains and feeling like you're stuck. And I feel like you're moving past that, especially with the King of Wands. There's powerful energy here going, you know what? Even though it seems like it's cold now, doesn't mean that it's going to go in the direction that I don't want. So I feel like in January, my dear pal number one, there is stronger energy to you, and there is a huge hope that is manifesting so many of your dreams, with the Seven of Cups twice, into your life. So this change of energy is going to be a major factor, is going to play a major role for your January and for your year as a whole, pile number one. And that's a beautiful change and transformation that you're making here. And that's why you have the Hangman with illumination. I feel like maybe you'll realize where this is all coming from, why you have these fears. And I feel like you're going to decide that you're not going in the path or direction that may attract the wrong things to you. You're rather going to think in the direction that will be attracting things to you, the big things, especially seeing the High Priestess here with ancient wisdom and secrets. So you're tapping into strong energy here in January, where the ancients, with advice that the ancients always talked about, believing, being strong, not letting our minds play games with us and get into anticipation and being afraid and attachment. I feel like you're detaching, you're being strong, and you're feeling very hopeful, and all you know is that you're going to receive the things that you want. So that's very powerful energy and a strong change in January from the energy of perhaps now or previously to what we're seeing or how we're seeing you act in the new year. You're deciding it's a new beginning with the Ace of Swords, mentally specifically, and it is making a big change for you. So let's see what else to expect for you in January, my dear pile number one. There we go. Sorry, I was adjusting the camera. All right, I will say before pulling out the cards that for sure with the Medicine card and the Ace of Swords in specific, you're really healing the way you're thinking about something. And it will have a very, very big effect on your life as a consequence. One thing I will tell you, things are not going to go down the way you are worried about. With the two kings here, you're definitely in control, and this is all an illusion. You're going into safer grounds. You're not going into something that may be worrisome. So forget about that. You're changing your energies. There's a stark energy here. So let's see what else is happening in your month of January and what to expect. All right, let's see. So you have the Hermit card. Okay, oh, there we go. So you have the Hermit card. You have the Two of Cups. Beautiful. You have the Ten of Swords. And you have the Page of Wands. Interesting. All right, really cool. You have, what is that? Looks really cool, actually. Someone's bringing a lot of attention here to someone, to other people. You have the Knight of Wands. The Three of Pentacles. Wow, in an orchestra, someone is orchestrating music. All right, so Knight of Wands, Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. All right, we'll see in a second. And I have one more card. Let's keep it there. I think this is going to be a key here. So what are we seeing? Three of Pentacles is cooperating or collaborating with others. Ah, the table today. But I feel like this is the main, so there are a lot of people who have instruments, and I feel like, no, and not that I feel. And I see that, of course, the orchestrator is the one that makes sure it is managed and is put together in an organizedly and timely way for the audience, or to enjoy, or for whoever is enjoying something to enjoy it. So what am I seeing you doing here in January? I feel like this is not really about cooperating with others, although we have a lot of people here in the card, and the Three of Pentacles is about collaborating with others. But I'm seeing that it's about you managing your team, or managing yourself, managing the different areas in your life. And as you manage the different areas, they come out in a beautiful symphony, and that will have an effect on how others see you this January. So you are alone with the Hermit card. A lot of you could have a team, by the way. This could resonate with a lot of you when it comes to a team, especially with the Two of Cups collaboration here. But the way I'm intuitively seeing this, to be honest with you, is that I feel like in January you're really going introspect, or your inside world, organizing many things that maybe it could be you didn't have time to do before. So now you have the time to take care of these things. Or it's not like maybe you didn't have time. I feel like because you're changing your mindset, because you're changing your mindset, I feel like in January you're putting things, or your thoughts, or your life in an organized way, helping you deal with things differently. Three of Pentacles here, especially in this orchestra, I feel like you're going, okay, let me take care of all of the things that I have been putting on the side, so that I take care of me better the rest of the year. Maybe you're taking care of how you're eating. Maybe you're taking care of organizing the things in your house or in your work or your files. Maybe you're like, I'm gonna organize my time better. I see you doing, you know how when we hear inner work and we're like, oh, I see that in January, you're genuinely taking care of many things that you had to put on the side before. And I feel like it's going to, with the orchestra here, it will really show on the outside. Maybe even clothes, talking about showing on the outside. Maybe you're like, I'm going to organize my routines. I'm going to organize my clothes. I'm going to organize my health. These sort of things. And as you take care of them, it really shows on the outside in a grand way. And coming out in a beautiful symphony, it really shows that it will have a beautiful effect on your life and with how you appear as well on the outside. This could, with the Three of Pentacles, it does not have to be within the realm that I was talking about. Three of Pentacles could also be you organizing your work and taking care of the things in your work that maybe you have been putting on the side, going really deep. And at the end of the day, with the Two of Cups and the audience here and the Three of Pentacles, and with the attention you're getting, do you see that? It's the first thing I've noticed. It is the end of tumultuous times. I feel like these things caused tumultuous energy in your life because you had to maybe put it on the side, didn't have time for it. You always felt, okay, one day, oh my God, I'm so sorry about this, guys. I'll be careful. So this time you're like, you know what? I'm ending this tumultuous energy, and I am going to finally take care of these things that were causing me a lot of worries. I'm going to take care of myself. And I see that it is showing on the outside. So many people are looking and feel, oh, this is beautiful. The way we listen to the orchestra, and again, this Page of Wands, a new beginning that you see is attracting a lot of attention. People are turning and twisting and they're like, ooh, who is this? Who is that? Wow. Ooh, I love that. So yeah, especially with the Two of Cups, this is a genuinely beautiful energy of reciprocation. It could be reciprocation of what you do on the inside is showing on the outside. And it could also be a reciprocative energy of how your inner world is, because you're taking care of it, is affecting your outer world. All in all, with the Ten of Swords specifically, January is really a new beginning for you. You're ending tumultuous times, you're ending tumultuous energy. With the big ship here, you have great potential, and maybe you were leaving yourself vulnerable to little things that at the end of the day could have swallowed your efforts or swallowed your potential. But I feel like you're walking out of this, you're really going, that's it. I know there are important things in my life, but I'm going to be taking care of me and my inner world first in January, and it's showing in your outside world. You know, showing this Knight of Cups in what seems to be a pub or a bar. They're having a drink here. This is also very interesting because I see that in January, you're kind of taking things slow, perhaps, with the going inwards. You're taking, it's like, you know, having a drink signifies in this case, you know, just taking it easy, relaxing, time for you towards the end of the night where you just have a drink and relax. So this could really signify that in January, you're really taking things easy. You're taking things slow after some, again, tumultuous times, and overall things are balancing out for you. Taking things slowly, especially with taking care of the things that you haven't taken care of. It's going to give you this energy of being able to do things more at peace. All right, let's see what this is. Ace of Wands. A new beginning in the direction that you have always wanted. See, Ace of Wands is creation. it is also passion. So a spark of passion. So you're so happy to be able to enjoy that part of your life, because in the past you were not able to take care of it. So like maybe your health, you know, even though maybe that's an example, by the way, health is just an example to clarify what I'm trying to say. So maybe you didn't have time for it, and now that you're taking care of it, there's new passion created. It's a new beginning in the direction that your heart wanted you to take. You know, with the High Priestess, it's like you intuitively knew you had to take care of how you think. You had to take care of other internal things meant for you. You're taking care of you with the Hermit card here, because maybe for so long you were taking care of so many things, perhaps even so many people. Maybe you have children, maybe you have a job that is taking so much of your time, one thing or the sort, and you're so happy to be able to go into your own personal world and take care of you. So there's a spark of being able to do the things that you've been putting aside. It's bringing now the positivity and the great results that you've wanted, and that is amazing and refreshing energy for you. So new beginning in so many ways. You're starting off very powerfully this year in January 2023, and you are tuning in to your wisdom. You're doing the right thing, and it's really going to set you off for the rest of the year in the right direction, my dear pile number 1. And this is exactly what I see in your reading. I wish you all the best of luck in the next year. May you have a wonderful year, great start, and my dear pile number 1, wishing you all the blessings and the wishes that you want to come true. That was your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please don't forget to check out my ebooks, my productivity book and my productivity e-cookbook. These two combos can really help you out. Start your year in the right direction. The productivity book is so simple. It's small, straight to the point. You won't even procrastinate reading it, but really it will help you. It will show you secrets and great advice on how to become a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. And that's the important part. There's also an audiobook if you love listening to your books. And with regards to the e-cookbook, it's an addition that I've done because I feel like one of the things that takes a lot of our times is cooking or to prepare healthier meals. Sometimes we want to eat healthier, but we want our dishes to be delicious and we don't want to put in the time. And that's exactly why I did this book. I've partnered with a nutritionist that I love and believe in, and we brought out a book with 210 recipes of different areas of your life: snacks, lunch, breakfast, dinner, you name it. And it has a lot of what is the word? Caters to different palates. There are all healthy and delicious meals that you could cook in a matter of minutes. Every recipe is clear. Even if you don't know how to cook, you'll find it very easy and clear to follow. Every recipe has clear nutritional values. I'm very passionate about this ebook and I know that you will enjoy. There's a vegan version, by the way, as well. And if you're not vegan, perhaps you can even get the two books. There are no duplicates. You can enjoy a plethora of things to cook and enjoy for the rest of the year. If you're interested in these two or one of these two ebooks, you'll find the link to them down in the description box. And my dear pile number 1, that was your reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. Wishing you a great year, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful Dalmation Jasper point. Let me adjust that. There we go. And you have chosen this beautiful strength card. Let's see how this fits into your reading. And as you know, we're taking a look at your predictions for the month of January 2023. Let's start off your reading by taking a look at your oracle cards. So this is an interesting oracle. the way this works is that intuitively you pick one of these 3 items, and there is a message to each one. So the way we're going to do it is we're going to see what symbols or what energy we get from your cards, and your cards will be picking one of these 3, and we'll read out your message and interweave it into your reading. So yeah, also we'll be using the elements, all the elements as well, as we see in your reading, to interpret exactly what your reading wants to say. This way I feel like it's kind of like a message within a message, and it's really going to be helping us take a closer look at your month. So I feel like this one first, so let's take that. You have judication. Okay, it's like perhaps there is a decision and you're waiting for this decision. It's either in your favor or not. Let's see. Okay, you also have Saturn in Cancer with charity. Very interesting. Let's take a look at the rest of your cards. I kind of feel like these 2 were popping out, so we're going to take them first. So you have the Queen of Swords. Interesting. Queen of Swords. All right. Yeah. Yes. Either in your favor or not. Interesting. You have, again, the Queen of Wands. Now, this is really cool, by the way. You might... No. I think you are. You are going to be winning. Yeah. That's what we're seeing here. This is really good news for you, my dear pile number 2. I don't know what this is about yet, but you're waiting on a decision, and I think I see that it's coming in your favor. Let's take a look at the rest of your cards. You have the Knight of Cups. You have the 9 of Wands. Okay, you have, the 10 of Pentacles. So nice. Looks like you're really going to like this month, my dear pile number 2. You have the Ace of Pentacles. New solid beginning here. You have the Queen of Wands again, nearly right under the Queen of Wands. Yeah, you're gonna start a new beginning winning here. You have the Tower cards. You also have the Ace of Wands. Yes, I remember you got 2 extra cards in your reading. That's why we don't have space here. What were the extra cards? Yeah, you got an extra card here. Right, so how are we going to do this? Maybe they're meant to be opened a little later as we're taking a look at your reading. We'll keep them here for now. So let's see what this is all about. Right off the bat, like we can clearly see, there is a favor that we can now see is coming in your favor in the month of January. And for a lot of you, with the Pentacles specifically coming up, you know, we have the Ace of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. It could be that it's coming in your favor in terms of money, and it will result in you having so much money coming in, especially with charity appearing as one of your oracle cards. So it's a very important month for you. Maybe some of you are, maybe your managers or your company is considering you and someone else for a certain position. And once you get that position, it looks like it's a new beginning, especially in terms of your power and your wealth. But it does not necessarily have to be in the when it comes to money. But all in all, with the Strength card, you and 2 Queen of Wands, it's putting you in a great position of power. This decision is going to be shocking, it seems, for so many people, because obviously or shocking for the opposite person. It's like, wow, pile number 2, is getting this big position here. What a big decision. So it's great for you, but shocking for others. Because it looks like they can kind of see the type of advantages, maybe even wealth, that will be appearing in your life as a result of that type of decision happening for you in January. Oh, so interesting. Look, with the Nine of Wands, I really do see that you've crossed many milestones. Perhaps it also shows that you have worked hard, and there's burn in this mermaid's tail, which shows that perhaps you were even burned out, working hard to deserve the sort of benefits, the huge benefits, because 10 is an excess of an energy. So you really deserve that type of advantages, perhaps wealth, shocking, might I add, to so many. But Nine of Wands clarifies and shows that you really do deserve that type of position or power that you are getting starting January. All the best of luck with that, my dear pile number 2. You know, the Tower card here and the shock is not shocking me personally, because from the beginning we can see two. There's maybe tight competition, very tight competition between you and someone, or between you and others. So maybe that's why there is the sort of power that shocks. It's not like you getting ahead just a little bit. It's you getting far ahead to an extent where, whoa, it's creating a shock factor to the people maybe competing with you, and to others as well, maybe even in your own personal life. My dear pile number 2, maybe a lot of you are winning a court case. Maybe it's that specific. It's you're winning a court case, and with the camera it's really a memoric time or instant in your life that you will always remember. It's an important moment in your life that will always be captured in your mind and everybody's mind, because everyone witnessed a change happening, a grand one, might I add, happening in your life. And so with a magnifying glass, everyone is watching you closely and watching you rise in January, my dear pile number 2. And obviously with the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, January is a new time, and it's really amazing that it's happening in January, symbolizing a new year, which it is a new year or a new time in your life. There is definitely a solid new passionate beginning for you in January 2023. That is so cool for us to see. Now, you want to know, in my point of view, which of the 3 elements I believe is yours in your reading that we're going to be exploring. I believe it's the magnifying glass, because look at your Knight of Cups. It's like this person is crying, looking closer at something, a crystal ball, or is crying at water. At the end of the day, they're looking closer at something and not taking it at face value, or looking deeper into something. And that's what magnifying glasses help us to do, to look closer into something. So let's take a look at what this magnifying glass is. Although, the camera is really a significant part of your reading because we're capturing a moment, but really I feel it is the magnifying glass that we're being pointed out to check. So magnifying glass, M, magnifying glass. There we go, 133. Let's see what your message is. 133. Look at that. Look at that, my dear. Pile number 2. A new timeline has been cast. Can you believe that? The other part of the sentence, in case you had a yes or no question. Anyways, a new timeline has been cast. Didn't I tell you? It's a new beginning for you, and it is a beautiful, sweet, tasty one. Also apples remind me of temptations. So I feel like you might be tempted as well you're considering something here in January as well. You might be tempted to start a new experience or start something. Maybe the temptation here is answered in your cards that haven't been revealed yet. You have the Queen of Pentacles, and look at the money raining down on you. My dear pile number 2, what is going on for you in January? Ooh la la, it's like something has been opened and it's showering you with wealth. Wow. And I was like, could this be wealth? It could be wealth. But now with this specific Queen of Pentacles, ooh, riches. My dear pile number 2. And you have temperance. We were asking, what is the temptation? Okay, so maybe the temptation, when we said experiencing things, maybe you are tempted to buy things, especially what we see here, sushi, Louis Vuitton. This person is experiencing life. So maybe you're like thinking of, hey, I have more wealth here to have different experiences that I haven't before. You may be in January having a new experience that you will really enjoy, some sort of luxe experience that you maybe haven't had before. Ooh, so cool. So enjoy that, my dear pile number 2. Looks like it's written in the cards here for you. Charity, this month is going to be very kind on you. Pile number 2, you're going, wow, I haven't maybe experienced this type of wealth. Maybe this is an inheritance, official inheritance. Maybe it's a decision for an upgrade in your position at work. I don't know, but it's amazing news in whichever way it is. But remember, we did say it's a temptation. So it's okay to enjoy it, but make sure, my dear pile number 2, to enjoy it in moderation. There's nothing wrong with enjoying your life, enjoying maybe luxe, all the Louis Vuitton here. What is that? It's not branded, but we see restaurants, wine and dine and luxe, and it's a vacation. Ooh, we're talking being tempted by like big money, big spending kind of energy is what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing, although it's tempting to maybe have ideas on where to put in the money you just got, really I see this is why there's the apple, being tempted. Be careful. Enjoy your time, but don't be tempted to spend it all. Do it in moderation is exactly. Oh, it's kind of like these 2 cards really came in to answer that specific question. It's really amazing how cards work, my dear pile number 2. So yeah, be careful with that, but it's looking like an amazing month for you. And that takes us to the Knight of Cups. We see the Knight of Cups, they always go after their dreams, they go after what their heart desires, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you see, the Knight of Cups is looking at things carefully. So enjoy your time. Again, go after what your heart desires. It's a time where you're supposed to enjoy things. So enjoy them, my dear pile number 2. It's written for you to enjoy either that power or that wealth or that beautiful new beginning for you. But again, as you do that, it's always important to have both aspects, the heart and the mind. enjoy things, but be mindful is exactly the message that I'm seeing. Take a closer look at things before you take an action that your heart is like pushing you to do. It's like, go for it. Yeah, listen, but also look closer at it before you jump into it. So at least when you jump right. My dear pile number 2, this is exactly what I see here as the main energy of your month. Loving your month, my dear pile number 2. I wish you the best with that beautiful decision. All the best of luck with that pile number 2. So excited for you. Looks like big energy. Now let's take a look at what else to expect for your pile for the month of January. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I also feel this one. This is a lot, but that's what I feel drawn to for you. Let's check it out. So, wow, do you see that? It's unbelievable. Look, if the cards want to tell you something, they're just going to tell you. Wheel of Fortune. It's a very fortunate, very lucky, fortunate month for you with the input. You're getting a lot of money in. Yeah, it's like the wheels of fate are turning in your favor in January, my dear pile number 2. It's a very fortunate time of your life, or the beginning of a very fortunate time. It's like bingo, great hit of luck is happening into your life. Whoa, 10 of Wands, the end of suffering. It's like the ship has finally arrived with everything that everyone has been waiting for. So it's the end of hardships for you, my dear pile number 2, and it's going to be, make no mistake, this is going to be a very lucky, easy year for you. You're in a position of power. Do you see that butterfly coming out of the cocoon? Your life is transforming and shifting. There we go. Shifting right before our eyes, or in your case, in your eyes, right in front of your eyes, and right in front of everybody's eyes in your life. You have grown. You have taken perhaps the lessons of your hard life with the Death card here, and you're transforming. You've grown beautiful wings. You've transformed in so many ways that may have not even be apparent to you. And with all of the transformations and the hard work that you've put in, your whole life is transforming. It's like you put in hard work that you did not see the results of maybe in the past, and now your manager is like, you know what, you're being promoted, for example. So yeah, you've obviously put in a lot of hard work in so many ways in your life, and this year you're seeing that transformation. You're seeing that strength in you. You're seeing so many change around you. You know, the first thing that I got hit with when I saw the 10 of Pentacles is, of course, that the 10 of Pentacles is not always just money. It's like being stable in everything, in family, in friends, and in your house. And yeah, it's a very, very favorable card in tarot, and I see your whole world is transforming starting January, my dear pile number 2. I see stability. I see something big transforming, and it's stable. It's there. You also have the Tower card here. Interesting. You have, whoa, the Ace of Cups. And I was like, why the Tower? Comes the Ace of Cups and shows us from tumultuous times comes now a new beginning of ease. And that's what we see with the 10 of Wands. From hard times comes a new beginning of fortune. Your cards keep repeating this message to you. It's unbelievable. 10 of Wands, end of a cycle and the beginning of a new beautiful one. Death card, transformation, you know. And then we see the Tower with the Ace of Cups, end of tumultuous times and a new favorable beginning. You have the 4 of Swords. Ooh, and you have the Knight of Pentacles. Being all serious here, very professional. I really have a strong feeling that for a lot of you, this is in your professional life, especially with the Knight of Pentacles here, showing a figure working on a computer. So this decision could be in the area of your work, but it also looks like a building that looks like a court, like an official court building. So that could be for a lot of you as well, this new decision in a favorable decision, or a decision in your favor legally as well. Let's now take a closer look in your cards now that we've had a quick look at the details of your month in January. Now, this is all beautiful, and I do know that the Tower here was right away presented with the Ace of Cups to show us that it's nothing to worry about. But taking a look at these 4 cards, now I need to take a closer look for you. Although right away we do see that a message of not worrying, right? But I want to see what's going on here as well for you. Let's take these 2 cards out. We finished reading them. We need the space. And let's see. I totally understand why. I totally understand now with this specific 4 of Swords. You know, 4 of Swords is usually someone resting, recuperating. It could be the right word here, because we do see a figure that's very distressed, and there's a glass on top of this figure, kind of like taking her out of the environment. So although she's in the environment, this figure is also kind of disconnected from the environment. So this shows me that your environment or your ambiance is kind of changing one way or the other. You know, if I were to translate this in work, right? If this is in the area of your work, perhaps now you have your own office, and so you could be in the same company, but having your own secluded office is giving you time to rest and take you out of the drama or the troubles that used to happen before. So that could be one way to look at it. If this is a court ruling in your favor, maybe you're in a better environment now, and you're now resting and recuperating from the troubles or the worries that you had to worry about in this case before. And now you have time to think and take care of you and your work. All in all, I see that your cards are saying that in January, there's recuperation, there's rest from tumultuous times, from hard times. And Tower, these were difficult. Like, there was anxiousness, there was worry, there was maybe drama, there was fighting, there was, it was not easy at all. And see, January here with the Ace of Cups is a pleasant, pleasurable new beginning away from the environment that used to cause these things. And you're really healing, resting, recuperating. And I do see that you're now taking life slowly in January, taking care of what's important with the Knight of Pentacles. Although you're taking things slowly, but I see that you are taking care of what's important. You're maybe getting yourself organized. You're taking a closer look at what you want to do maybe next. You're planning things properly. You're taking care of work. Yeah, you're organized. See, this is a very organized person working here. You're organizing yourself. You're taking care of your work. You're taking things slow, but you're making sure you're building something right from the very beginning. Yeah, boss-like energy to me. Yeah. Overall, I really do see that life is really taking care of you in January. And with all of the crows here flying, hovering over, I feel like they're protecting you. Spiritually, you're really protected. You may have a strong team. You're really protected at this time of your life, maybe even all of your life. You're kind of like, to me, you seem like you're kind of untouchable. No one's going to be able to come near you. And that's why you have power, both in the 3D and energetically, my dear pile number 3. very, very favorable month, and a beautiful month, obviously, for you to start your year. You are going to be experiencing your year, my dear pile number 2, in a very different way. Why? Because with the butterfly cocooning here, it's kind of like these previous months or previous years were preparing you all of this time for this year, 2023. It makes me feel like you are developing in so many ways. You are developing your skills at work to be able to take that position, maybe even with the cocooning here, developing your character. That could be another thing. Yeah, you've grown so much, and I do see with the wings popping out now and the butterfly being free to fly, is that a lot of the things that you've grown and have gone through in your previous years may have not directly showed you the results of that hard work. And I see that beginning January towards the rest of the year, and perhaps even forever, you will now start seeing the beauty of the hard effort and the burnout and the hard work that you've been putting out, perhaps in so many areas, and you'll be flying off free, looking beautiful, enjoying your life, my dear pile number 2. And with the wings, perhaps you'll be able to experience, we saw the experience here, experience and see life from a different view, and do things freely that you may not have been able to do previously. It is such a beautiful and significant reading for you, especially with the camera. This is an important time of your life. And my dear pile number 2, I wish you the best of luck this year. Enjoy the luxury, enjoy the sweet things that are coming into your life. I wish you the best of luck. It's going to be a great month and a great year for you. May you always be blessed. That was your reading, and if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Also, please don't forget to check out my 2 books, the Productivity Book and the Productivity e-cookbook. Both of them are ebooks. The Productivity Book will really help you out, my dear pile number 2. It's small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate reading it in the first place. But it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, and all while enjoying it at the same time. That's what's important, right? To manifest and to create your dreams, but to enjoy it and to not feel like you're holding your breath underwater and you have to come up and breathe at some point. It's all about doing what's right and enjoying it. And so this book can really help you out in this area. There's also an audiobook if you love listening to your books. And with regards to the productivity ebook, eCookbook, I really wanted to create this for you because a lot of the times we want to be productive, but there are certain very important things in our lives that have to be done, which cooking or eating is one of them. And we really don't have time for it. So sometimes we succumb to less healthier versions. And so I know a lot of you want to be healthy, and sometimes life takes us away from achieving this goal, and that's why I wanted to help you guys with this ebook. I've collaborated with a nutritionist that I love and believe in, and we have brought out 210 recipes, and this was the goal: to have healthy, delicious meals that are cooked in a matter of minutes. The instructions are clear, even if you're not a good cook at all, and they're all very delicious. They cater to different palates, and it's just a really good way to get yourself organized and eat healthy. Enjoy your meals, have it delicious. Healthy does not mean bad tasting. It could really mean delicious. That's how this book is going to be helping you out. Every recipe has clear nutritional values, a clear picture of how your meal is going to look like. I know you're going to enjoy it, and if you're interested in checking either of these books out, you'll find a link to them down in the description box. By the way, with the e-cookbook, there's also a vegan version, and there are no duplicate recipes. So if you're not vegan, you may be interested in getting both, and that way you have a plethora of delicious meals to create during the years in a matter of minutes and enjoy the year, my dear pal number 2. you. I hope this year treats you. I don't hope. I see it. It will be treating you in the best way. Be bold, be blessed, and enjoy your life. Enjoy the new blessings coming in. That was your reading, my dear pile number 2. May you always enjoy life, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen this beautiful Justice card as well as the beautiful Sodalite point. Let's see how this fits into your reading. And as you know, we're of course taking a look at your predictions for the month of 2023. So to start off, we'll first be taking a look at your oracle cards. Right. So this is the first oracle card, and the way this oracle works is that you pick one of these 3s, and in the guidebook there is a message. The way we're going to do it here, I'm not going to pick for you. We're going to take a look at what your cards show, and based on the energy or the symbolism or whatever we see in your cards, I'm sure it's going to be picking one of them for you, and we'll see your message from this card and we'll integrate it into your reading. It's kind of like a message within a message. Together, we'll clearly be able to see what's going on in your month of January. And on top of all of that, I will be using the 3 as elements and symbols to further clarify the cards and understand your message and what's going on exactly in the month. We also see here a crow with light. Won't lie to you, really reminds me of the hermit spirituality, of course. All right, let's see all of your cards. So, you have the marriage card. And if you were taking a look at, if you were watching the preparation process for all of these piles, it's down below, by the way, if you're interested. It's in every reading. This card popped up. So this is a confirmation to the people who have watched the preparation and have chosen this pile, that this is definitely your pile. All right, so we have Mars in Capricorn, there we go, with authority. Wonderful, really cool. Loving your cards. Let's take a look at your tarot cards. So you have the 8 of Swords. You have the 5 of Cups. You have the 2 of Wands. The 7 of Wands. All right. You have, the 2 of Cups. Interesting. All right. You have the 6 of Swords. Yes, I remember you have 3 of these cards. So you have the Hermit. We were just talking about the Hermit. You have the 4 of Cups. Interesting. And you have the Sun card. So we have 2 extra cards here that we will be using for further clarification. There's no space for them. Again, when this happens, I feel like therefore a certain type of clarification during the reading. If we find ourselves wanting to analyze something and there's a halt, then I'll open up these 2 cards, and these will be the 2 cards for this specific question. Are these eyeglasses? Whoa, yes it is. Okay, so let's take a look, at what is going on in your month of January. So this card is really pulling me. It's like you're trying to get to someone or trying to get to something and you're not. It doesn't necessarily have to be someone. But here with the 4 of Cups, there's some sort of wanting something, but you're not getting it. trying to get, you've tried with the 4 missed calls, you've tried to communicate, you've tried to get to something or someone, and you didn't get through to that thing that you wanted. And that's why you have Hermit card. Look, here it looks like a figure who is on a picnic and they're waiting to start. This person perhaps promised them to come. They didn't come, and they're not even answering the phone. So this would say that you were looking forward to something and it didn't begin. Let's use your clarifiers. Now is the time for the clarifiers. What is going on here? It's a good thing these combo of cards did have the Sun card. So it looks like maybe perhaps a disappointing situation where you felt stuck is changing into something positive. Let's see what this is. Creating space for the 2 cards. Ah, there. Did I open them? Ooh, this is the Queen of Cups, and looks like someone is pregnant here. Ooh, wonderful. Someone is expecting, you know, with the Queen of Cups here. And the 3 of Cups opening the door to something. Looks like there are 2 more keys and they're opening up the door. You know what this reminds me of? What's the name of when you're expecting something, and this military guy who came up with this concept, if you're expecting something to go wrong, it will. Yeah, Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law. And of course, Murphy's Law doesn't necessarily have to be all right. But you know, the reason this card, the 3 of Cups, this specific 3 of Cups reminds me of Murphy's Law is because, you know, when you're so anxious, maybe someone's running after you or you're late or whatever, you're in trouble, and you quickly try all the keys that you have to get yourself out of a critical situation. You try all of the keys and they're all not working, and it's that last key that you've tried is the one that opens the door, you know, when you're really tied up in time. And I remember, and as far as I remember, I think Murphy's Law was, it's like what can go wrong will go wrong, something like that. What can go wrong will go wrong, something like that. But of course, this is not a law, in my opinion, to believe all the time, because sometimes things can go wrong and we're really worried, but we're surrounded by positive people who feel for us, but are like, don't worry, it's gonna go great. Just shift your mind in that direction. You'll see it's gonna go great. And you shift your mind in that direction, and it does go great. And then you have the people around you saying, see, you were worried and it did go well. So not, in my opinion, I don't totally believe in that law. I do observe it. And in my point of view, I believe it's that during these times when we're anxious, that law really does work. But I see that in January, you might be expecting something, and it's not that you're gonna get it. You're not gonna get it. You are going to get it because you have the Sun card here. But with the tortoise, it kind of shows me that, see, 6 of Swords is moving in the right direction. It's moving to calmer waters. So you are gonna get it, or get whatever that thing you're worried about. Although you'll be challenged for a little while, maybe waiting for it. Maybe this person is just late. So you're going to be waiting for something. And see, remember when we said the Queen of Cups here is expecting. So it will go according to your expectations. See, this is the law. This is the key, and not Murphy's Law. Perhaps you will expect, just like Murphy's Law, at the time when you're anxious that it's going to go wrong. But really, your reading here is telling you, see, even the Hermit card with the awareness card, this person is holding, you know, I don't know if we can say that on YouTube. Yeah. you can see that this person is high and is all chill, right? Peaceful, doing well. So yeah, I feel like your reading is really telling you that it's actually all going to be okay, and it's as per you expected. The key here to opening up the door that you want, getting to where you want to go, or achieving what you want to achieve, or having whatever you want happen, because it may be a bit slow in January. Do expect that it's going to happen for you in the best way possible, and this will be the result, the exact result that you're gonna get. It's really all going to be good. Did you see here? You even see this beautiful savvy socks is socks kind of leads to slippers, something on the feet. Perhaps this is what we need to check out. Isn't that cool? I always know that the reading leads us to something, especially that this rabbit is wearing high heels. Again, we're getting a pointer to the slippers. Anyways, so the fox is walking in balance. What did I want to say? Yeah. Is walking in balance because perhaps they're keeping their mind balanced. You know, how the mind works balances out nature or your real world. So what I'm seeing is a clear message to your January of not quickly getting disappointed and feeling stuck and getting into a cycle that may be unpleasant, because there might be something that may look like, sorry, I was about to fall, may look like a challenging situation, but really by keeping yourself balanced, you'll be able to get what you're looking for. So don't worry about that, my dear pal number 2. You will always find that if you keep yourself calm, you will, and expect the best, you will actually get that. So with the Sun card ending your reading here, expect that your January is going to be very positive. It's going to be beautiful. But just like any month, if something specifically late, it's like you're expecting something and it may be coming a little bit later than you're expecting. Don't get yourself worried and start thinking that you're going to get stuck and that things are not going to move in the right direction. They definitely are. And expect the best is what your cards are showing, and you will be okay. You're really going to love and enjoy this month because it's going to be very positive for you. Speaking of which, this part led us to the slippers, and let me get your guidebook. I put it next. There we go. Let me get your guidebook and see that part of the reading and see what it's telling us. So slipper. Slipper S. So 68, right? Ah, how interesting. We opened right at 68. So it says, riding on a feather, your answer was found gently floating to the ground. So this intuitively tells me with riding on a feather, it could be a risky situation. You know, riding on a feather, you'd think you'd fall because it's very light, right? But you found yourself gently falling to the ground. I mean, if this is not an answer to what we were saying, I really don't know what is. So yes, expect the best, and you'll although it may come slowly, you are going to be taken care of and you're not going to fall. There's this idea of falling maybe, or being disappointed or something. You're not going to fall. You're going to be taken gently there. A bit slow, but gently there. So yeah, don't worry about anything. Expect the best, and that's what you're getting, my dear pile number 2. But sorry, I'm sorry. Did I say 2 before? I apologize if I did. My dear pile number 3, and that's what you're getting. And that's why you have the sage here. It's like clear out any negative thought and pattern, because 8 of Swords, that's mind. That's not what's really happening on the outside world. 8 of Swords is being stuck in your mind, but really not on the outside. that's what the Eight of Swords is all about. And so here with the Sage stick, it's like, clear out these thoughts. They don't have place in your life. Your life is going to go well. And with the Hermit, we did notice that it's pointing to staying calm, staying peaceful, feeling your best, and it's all going to work out beautifully this month for you. Now, the main thing that I'm seeing actually in your reading with all of the balancing here, I get this intuitive idea that you are currently on a journey. It looks like you're maybe in the beginning of this journey or somewhat in the beginning of this journey. Now, it also looks like to me that you might be in a risky position, because we see a savvy fox. I keep saying sock, unbelievable. A savvy fox here. And the reason I keep saying savvy, because I'm gonna move on to the next point with that. Fox is always reminding me of being savvy, but especially in business as well. But not necessarily. This depends on where you are in life and what risky situation you're taking. So we see this fox, not at the beginning of the journey, but beginning-ish of the journey. They have a goal, they have a specific place that they exactly know where they're going, and that's why they're taking this risk. So it looks like you are on a risky journey, a very, very risky journey, but one with very, very, very high benefit on the other side. And that's why you're choosing to take this risky path. This risky path can only be taken in the manner that I'm about to show you. So on one side, we see a lot of books. Books could be a symbol for many things. A symbol for studying, a symbol for work, a symbol for gaining knowledge. Could be a symbol of many things, but at the end of the day, it is effort one way or the other. And on the other side, we see nature, right? So we see nature, we see grounding, we see stopping and smelling the roses, right? And so these two factors are creating a force for this fox to be able to depend on, to find the balance they need to go through this journey, on this very risky journey. And this gives me an understanding of you being able to take this journey this month. Maybe this is representing the whole month, or maybe this is representing January as part of this journey that you're on. This can only be taken if you do what is necessary, but at the same time, you also need to stop and smell the roses, or maybe take care of you, or maybe rejuvenate, or take care of you is what I'm feeling. Because sometimes with the Justice card, something can take so much of your attention, and it could take it from something else. And this could create a lack of balance where one could fall. And although we're thinking that this is what needs our attention now, and that's what we're going to do, you're right. You're absolutely right, by the way. But if you let the other important areas go, you won't be able to continue the journey, and you might really fall. That's what we see in your card here. So we see a huge advice, especially with the goblet here. It reminds me of the cups, of taking care of you. You know, marriage reminds me of commitment. So committing to what is important, especially that you're in a very risky situation, it seems. You've taken a nice shot, by the way, but still some time to go. And it can only be taken if you do and commit very well to what you've started, because this is serious, it seems. But you also must take care of you as well. Perhaps this is leading to the mental part, where you take care of yourself mentally. You know, keep your mind at ease and not worry about how things may go wrong. To rise above the worries, you know, that are probably challenging your mind at the moment. And to work, but at the same time, expect the best to happen to you. And that's what's really going to give you power and will give your situation a lot of power. Really, this month is about gaining awareness to continue the journey with peace, because it can only be done this way. If you keep your mind at peace and, you know, attract what you want towards you without putting in the necessary effort, this is imbalance, and again you might fall in that risky journey. Or if you put in that effort and everything that is necessary, but you don't keep your mind at ease, you're energetically keeping an imbalance on the other area, and that may not help you make it. It might make you fall as well. So really, I do see a message in January of making sure you keep these two factors balanced, doing what is necessary, but at the same time expecting the best. And that's coming very strong for you this month. And through that, you will see that your month is going to be very positive, very nice. In fact, you know, with the Two of Cups and the marriage here, this is really giving me a very pleasant feeling. You know, we usually feel amazing when we're in love or we're in a nice marriage. You know, this is harmony, peace, love, enjoying life, perhaps even to the extent of being intoxicated by it. So you have the potential, and perhaps you're in a position where you can really enjoy what you have and enjoy your life. But it could be that the mind is and the worries about what you're expecting is what's taking you away from this pleasure. So really, there's a grand advice in your predictions, because it can either go two ways. It can either go where you're feeling stuck and then things turning into a disappointing route, or you can expect the best, keep your mind at ease, do what is necessary, and it's going to go exactly, opening the door in the direction that you want exactly. And that's why you're being illuminated here in your reading with this specific fact. And you see that? Take one step every day, but with love and peace. Keep the energy around you calm and beautiful. Enjoy the ride, enjoy the journey. You know, the fox, and to be able to tread through this journey, has to have calm, rhythmic breathing to be able to slowly go through this risky situation. If they panic, they might fall. You know, this actually reminds me of an important time of my life where I was in a very, very, very risky situation, and I had to stay calm. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here today doing this pile. There was this one time when I was, I think, maybe 13 or 12 years old, something like that. And I was specifically in a skiing competition in Holmenkollen in Oslo. That's where I grew up when I was a child, or when I was growing up, up until I was a teenager. And every year there is a skiing competition in Holmenkollen where all the children go up and they go through a really lovely skiing competition, right? So everyone is supposed to follow the path that the experts put you in. So for example, if you are a beginner, then there is a special journey for you up in the Holmenkollen hill. If you are an intermediate skier, then you have a certain path. And if you're an expert, that's a totally different path. And everywhere you go, you punch a hole in your card. It's on the trees, and you take your path to prove that you've went through the path in the competition, right? So there was this time where I think it was maybe 12 or something, where I was like overconfident, and I was like, I'm a great skier, you know, these silly thoughts that we get as children. And I was like, you know what, I'm an amazing skier. I don't know why they put me in the intermediary. I think I'm an expert. And I get the stupidest thought that I probably ever had in my whole life, because I risked my life with that silly thought. And I was like, you know what? The experts are wrong, and I'm going to take the expert route. So I decided all of a sudden that I was going to take the expert route. And I did, right? And all of a sudden, I kid you not, I find myself going downhill at a very steep downhill that was very, very narrow. And on both sides, I found myself high up in the mountain, and both sides were empty. You know, any turn in my skis was really going to make me fall and die. This is why I remembered this. It kind of looked with the steep downhill like that on the sides. And in a matter of seconds, I realized that that was the most stupidest decision I've taken in my life. What was I thinking? I didn't know that this was going to be what the experts had to go through, right? The downhill was super steep. The skis were going super fast. And any wrong breathing, and that's why I said the story. Any wrong breathing. I mean, if I went, my skis, just the breathing, I had to like keep myself really stuck, really calm, collected. No movement was supposed to happen. Otherwise, believe me, with one breath, the ski can move. And so it would have, I mean, moved off. And so I had to stop breathing during that time. I went, and the ski was going really fast, and I had to absolutely focus. And I remember I prayed during that time. I said, if I go down safely, I promise I will never break a safety rule or law to protect me ever in my life again. And this was a huge, significant moment in my life. I kept promising in my soul, I promise I will never do that again. I promise I'm going to respect the rules. I'm going to respect the laws that are meant to protect me. And I'm going to be very careful. And luckily, I was able to keep my breath, and I was able to keep myself steady, and I went down and I was safe. I took off my skis, I went down, I went, oh, no, thank you. And it really was a huge shift in my thinking for the rest of my life. I've learned so much from this, took things more seriously. And so I see here that you may be in a risky situation. It might not be as risky as what I was in, but it's the breathing that saved me. Being able to stay steady, I had to be very mindful of my breathing and just keep it in. And so I had to keep my mind positive. I had to believe that I was going to make it. And so really here is what I'm seeing is that, yes, you're going to make it to the other side. And on the other side is obviously amazing results, is what you're looking for. It's like life is on the other side. It's what you're looking for, but you have to keep yourself steady during risky times. It's the mind, your breathing has to be very steady. Don't panic. Don't think that you're stuck. Don't think that it's going to turn into something disappointing. Believe that you're going to go through it, and go through it calmly is the message in January. If you do what is necessary and keep yourself calm, you'll stay. Not only will you stay committed, but with the Two of Cups, this is reciprocity. What you put in is going to give back to you what you are looking for. And with the Sun card here, we see that what you're expecting and the amount of doors that are going to open up to you is going to be amazing, very positive with the sun card. It's like the sun is going to come into your life, and it's going to, everything that you've worked hard for is going to reap the results, if not more, that you have been looking for, my dear pile number 3. So stay positive. You are with the authority here, Mars and Capricorn, in a very, very good position. Don't let your mind show you otherwise. You're very lucky, or you're in a very, very good position. Stay committed and stay calm. And you are going to, I cannot promise you enough, you are going to enjoy it magnificently on the other side here, as we see with the sun card. I keep seeing for you a baby. I know that the sun card is innocence. I can't help but tell that some of you, if you perhaps are looking forward to get maybe a child or get pregnant, looks like it might be happening for some of you. I mean, pregnancy as well with marriage. Maybe some of you are forming... Oh, how did I forget to tell you about this part? I'm so sorry I was late in telling you this. But there's something that I've also observed from the very beginning. If you are, of course, a hermit, single, and looking for a relationship, it looks like January is going to be very positive for you. There seems to be some sort of commitment, because we keep seeing someone calling their person, maybe their better half or something. This can also signify that it took a long time for you to find the right person, and it seems like this month you might find your soulmate with the 2 dolphins wearing blue. Also, dolphins, by the way, a lot of the times they symbolize twin flames. So this is a significant relationship. You may have waited for a long time and it's going to go positive. You might have thought that it might not have happened. And in January, if you're looking for a relationship, that as well may be happening. You might find the one that you'll be creating a family with this month. The door is opening up for you if it was closed in this area. Overall, it's really a pleasant, beautiful month, a great step in your important journey. It seems like it's a very important journey. You're going to go great. You're going to be saved. Just like the story you heard in your pile with what happened to me as a child. So it seems like you were meant to hear the story, to see that it's like an omen for your own life, that it's going to go great. Don't worry. Sometimes we're in a really risky situation. We're scared. We're going to feel like life may disappoint us, that it's not going to go right. But believe me, it just works in more magical ways than we think. We're protected and supported in many ways that we don't know about, and at the end of the day we do make it on the other side. And my dear pile number 3, it's gonna go beautiful for you. You will see. This is your reading. Your January is gonna be very positive, very beautiful. Enjoy it, and don't let other thoughts come in between you and the amazing time that you can have. This is what I see in your reading, my dear pile number 3. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Also, please don't forget to check out my productivity books. There's the productivity book and the productivity e-cookbook. I really do believe that these 2 books can help you start the year in the best way possible. The productivity book is small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate reading it in the first place. But you will find in this book that it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying this process. That's the whole key. And there's also an audiobook. If you love listening to your books, this book could really help you set goals and achieve them. And along with that, I provided supporting tool to be able to do that, because a lot of the times a lot of us want to be healthy and we want to also eat delicious food that is healthy, but it takes time to find these recipes that we love and to cook them and to prepare them. So this book is really important in that factor. I put all of these considerations, and this is the reason why I created this book. I've partnered with a nutritionist that I love and I believe in, and together we brought out 210 recipes of meals that are healthy and delicious, that you can cook in a matter of minutes. And that's the whole idea, so that you have the rest of the day to do what is important for you and to be able to be healthy this year. This book has 210 recipes. Every recipe is very easy to follow, even if you're not a great cook, and it has clear nutritional values, a picture of how your meal is going to look like when you prepare it. It's just, I believe it's a book that we put our hearts and soul into to really help out in this area. I'm really excited to present it to you guys. There's also a vegan version, if you're vegan, but if you're not, perhaps you'd be interested in getting both, because there are no duplicate recipes and you'll have a plethora of delicious, healthy recipes to pick from. And I believe these two books, done from the heart, can really help you kickstart your next year in the right way. My dear pile number 3, that was your reading. I have enjoyed it immensely. I've learned from your cards so much. I too will be applying this amazing concept to always expect the best and prepare at the same time as we tread through life. And my dear pile number 3, that was your reading. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hey, pile number 4, welcome to your reading. I was gonna say 3 and I quickly adjusted it. All right, maybe you want to check pile number 3. So, my dear pile number 4, you have the Lovers as well as the White Howlite point. So let's keep your card right there, and let's take a look at what to expect in the month of January 2023. All right, so first things first, let's take a look at your tarot cards. So in this oracle card, there are 3 emojis, or sorry, not emojis, 3 symbols to choose from. And depending on which one we are drawn to, or the person holding the card is drawn to, there is a message in the guidebook. The way I'm going to do this is that we're going to see what the symbols on your cards are drawing us towards. It's going to show us which symbol we need to pick depending on your reading, depending on the symbols and how we see your reading. And then we'll be getting this message for you and integrating it into your reading. We also see a crow here with the sun disk, probably at dusk, maybe dusk or maybe dawn. But I did say dusk first, so I'll take that definitely into consideration. Right, so you have, the sun in Aquarius with idealism. And you have expectation. Very interesting. All right, let's take a look at your tarot cards and see what you have. So you have the Page of Swords. You have the Death card. Beautiful. You have the 3 of Swords. Ooh, you have the 5 of Cups. You have the 3 of Pentacles. The Queen of Cups. The 4 of Swords. You have, with the Woman of Hearts, this is the Queen of Cups. Ooh, a lot of likes here, a lot of comments. Is this, this is, what is it called? A live video. Yes, a live. Okay, so we're seeing something that is happening in the moment. All right, with the Queen of Cups. You have the Justice card. Sorry about that. I hope this wasn't happening in the rest of the cards. And we have 2 more cards. There's no place for them, so we're going to be using them in case we have any question in the reading, and then they will be the clarifiers, and that's why obviously they appeared in your reading, these 2 extra cards. Right, so let's see what's going on for you in the month of December. Why did I say December? We keep seeing currently December. So this reading is for January, but it seems like we're taking a look at towards the end of December, then January. That's probably what's up here. And we did see dusk and dawn. So this is kind of giving me the idea that we're actually taking a look at towards the end of December to January, because we have the 28th here. So this, your reading is actually beginning on the 28th of December to all the way through January. I see here with the Three of Pentacles that it seems like towards the end of December, you'll, with the expectations, it's like you start having visions and expectations for the next year that you would love to achieve. And I do see you taking it very seriously with the Three of Pentacles. I see that you're carefully planning, not just writing down your goals, but you're carefully planning how you're going to achieve this intricately. Pile number 3. I see you're divinely guided, and I see that you're taking the new year and you're taking January very seriously, and that's why you have the live here. It's like we're seeing you now and how that's going to affect your month of December. I really do see with the Death card here that you may have had it. And probably the toothbrush in this case is your emoji, or the symbol, because here we see a lot of toxicity, a lot of dirtiness, and we see a lot of people saving these sea animals from this oil, from this toxic environment, and taking them out. And I see that you are fed up, done with the toxicity. I feel like there was a layer that was some sort of maybe problem or issue in your life that was preventing you from movement, preventing you from breathing, preventing you from doing something. And I see you're like, that's it. Maybe, you know, this layer could be wanting to put in some effort and not doing it. For example, maybe it's like you're tackling those things that have been preventing you to live the life that you want, because again, we see here the Page of Swords under a cave, and they can come out and be free into the water also, but it's like it was keeping you stuck. See how sticky this oil is? There are certain things that have kept you stuck or kept you from moving, you know, just like the hex nut, you know, how when we use it to keep things in place, keep it stuck so that it remains in place. I feel like you're unscrewing this. You're like, why am I keeping myself stuck? I'm taking myself out of this environment. I'm taking myself out of what's going wrong here, and I'm changing, and I'm making sure that I'm changing my life. And this is starting for you in December. I see you're really sick and tired of this toxicity, and with the Page of Swords, you're picking up your pen, you're picking up your mind, and you're like, right, what do I do to take myself out of this? What do I need to change? What am I gonna do? Because I have big dreams with the Queen of Cups here, and perhaps you want to be seen, or you want to see yourself in a different place doing different things. And maybe some of you with this live want to be on social media, in fact, with the phone and everything. Maybe you want to get into social media, maybe not. But you have great expectations, and you want to be, to start it officially. You want to make sure that it's going to happen for you. You no longer want to cry over the past, or cry over the months and maybe the years that have been wasted, or cry over the things that you didn't have, and you're like, you know what, I'm going to do with what I have. And it's like a part of you is going to be in the past. It's going to be a relic here with the Three of Swords, with the hair and the Three of Swords. You're changing, and with the hair and the Three of Swords, I feel like who you were is going to be very different from who you're becoming now. There is a clean up happening, clean up, a new page with the white Howlite. Again, cleaning up. Do you see the water here? It's like a shower. There's a obvious clean up happening in your life, and you have new expectations. Again, the Queen of Cups, that you love. Your heart is filled with many things that you want to manifest. You're excited about bringing these things into your life. I see with the hands here, you're crafting your future, you're putting in that hard effort, and you're making sure that this time it does work for you. Let's check out the toothbrush here. Where is the guidebook? Okay. And see what your message is. So toothbrush. OPQRST. Right. Toothbrush 56. Ah, unbelievable. A new timeline has been cast. See, your answer is yes is for something else. Everyone has yes or no. That's not the main point of the message. In the main message, unless you're using the deck for a yes or no, then that would be your message. But your message is a new timeline has been cast. Do you see this? January is a new beginning for you, my dear pile number 4. You're taking this seriously, but this time you're clearing things up, and you make sure you do what is necessary to achieve what you want. You're taking this year super, super seriously. You have a lot of plans. And not only that, the wonderful thing that I see in your reading is that you're making sure it happens by being very detailed in how you're going to achieve that. I see a lot of boxes that you may be ticking off, of tasks that you want to do. I do know, of course, that this is the scale, but I'm only telling you what I'm seeing intuitively here. Now, I do see with the Lover's card, did I forget to tell you? The Lover's card is a card of choice, right? So obviously your whole reading is saying that you're going to make a choice that will really affect not just your January, but your whole year, my dear pile number 4. Now, I'm seeing within your Lover's card, as I was about to say, 2 cards or 2 messages. Let's see what these 2 messages are. I feel now that this is what this is meant to be. So message 1, whoa! You have the 9 of Cups. You're going to be winning this year with the decisions that you're making. If you're wondering, right, with the decisions that I'm about to make and the plans and the effort that I'm about to take, will it take me where I want to go? Yes, with the 9 of Pentacles, you are going to be winning. You're going to be getting exactly what you're going to be planning for on the 28th of December. It seems very specific. In January 20, I was going to say in the year 2023, but with the efforts obviously that you're putting in January 2023, or you may even start to see great results in January as well. Go get it, girl, is the message that I'm seeing here. So of course, a girl is an expression for everyone watching. I'm seeing that you're taking things so seriously that in January 2023, you are about to turn into a boss here. Someone who has their dreams coming true and they are living it, right? What beautiful cards. So your 2 messages is you're going to be winning. You're going to be because you're going to be independent, maybe even financially. You're going to maybe have, for a lot of you, your own business, your own world, because the Queen of Pentacles is living in her own dream, the realm that she has created. And so here I see that you will be creating big dreams. And in the next year, you will be living these dreams. It will happen for you, not in 24, not in 25, it's going to happen. It seems that it's going to happen in 2023. And you will be sticking to your goals. You will be achieving these goals. And you are totally taking these things seriously. They're not, plans that are done in the spur of the moment. Although spur of the moment just means like now. That's not what I mean. The expression I want to use, they're not plans that are done to satisfy the goals of the spur of the moment. They are there because you are actually very serious about making these grand changes and achieving the things that you're hoping for and the dreams that you want to happen to you. So there are big promises here I feel like you're reading, although it's about January, it's talking about a long-term plan that is beginning in January, applied seriously, like you're taking this seriously in January, and is being achieved towards the end of the year. Very, very cool reading, my dear pile number 4. I wish you the best of luck here. Yeah, like the reading is showing the beginning and the end, from dusk till dawn. Yeah, from dusk till dawn, exactly. All right, so let's focus specifically now on January. What's going on here for you? Idealism. I feel like you're going to be feeling your best in January. I also see, because you're loving the plans and the choices that you are making and that you are taking it very seriously, you're going to start seeing things that are going to happen, that are going to work. And I do see that with every little step that's actually starting to work because of the efforts that you're putting in, you're really going to start loving your month. You're going to feel like, whoa, this is working. This is happening. This is really actually coming true. This is what I want, and it's happening for me. It's like you're free, you're flying, and you feel like, wow, finally January is acting like an ideal month in terms of it working in the direction that I've always wanted. It's now actually happening for me. I feel like with the 4 of Swords, your worries are going to rest. Also, you could also, you know what, with this Death card, you could have been in a very toxic environment. This is how this card usually speaks to me. We see a very, very, there we go, polluted sea, and you're being rescued. So I also see that in January, another significant thing that is happening for you is that you're maybe removing yourself, or someone is removing you, or life is removing you from toxicity. Maybe you're signing a new lease, and you're moving away from a building that was maybe toxic. The landlord was toxic, or the neighbor was loud, or your roommate or something like that. You were in an area where you weren't maybe it's the neighborhood or something. You weren't happy, and you're leaving. You're nesting somewhere new, where you're feeling more peaceful and restful and tranquil. That's also something that is coming off very strong in your reading pile number 4, especially that the crow is flying. So there may be movement in January where you feel so much more at peace. Yeah, something about the home here. Or maybe you're cleaning up the home, and energetically it's now clear, and you're feeling much more rejuvenated and peaceful living there. Pile number 4. It's really interesting how we saw you have 2 messages. Pile number 4. I hope you don't forget this. Your year is going to be amazing, full of big achievements, and you like living it. You bossing up or leveling up, maybe at work or your career, or maybe even in your life. Look at this energy. Look forward to huge success happening for you in 2023. All right, that's such a positive, powerful reading. I'm so happy for you, pile number 4. May you always have the best happening for you. Okay, so let's now take a look at what other things to expect in your year. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, thanks. 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, let's see what you have, my dear pile number 4. So you have, oh, look at that, 4 of Pentacles, and we have a computer asking for a password to access something. Oh, what is that? Oh, that's the screensaver. Right. Okay. So you have the 5 of Wands with a windmill. Interesting 5 of Wands. Yes. Renewable energy. We were talking about you creating, working. Maybe you're creating momentum that will turn into productivity or electricity, or you achieving your dreams. You have, what's this? 3 of Wands, starting out a journey. Unbelievable. January is going to be significant for you. You have the 4 of Wands. You have the 2 of Pentacles. On one side, it says what? Let me check that out. It says Rome. What does it say? I'm not sure what it says, but we can clearly see 2 different street names and 2 people standing there figuring out which way they're gonna go with the 2 of Pentacles. You have the Queen of Wands. Look at your energy. Pile number 4. So cool. And last but not least, you have the Empress card. Looks like the Empress card is journaling here. Maybe even maybe this is signifying, because the Empress card has to do with birth, right? It has to do with so many things, but since this Empress is journaling, it's reminding me of a vision board and manifestation. Vision board, you're really planning things out. And with these plans, you're actually going to manifest what you want. Right, so let's take a look at what your cards are saying here. You're going to be very productive, obviously, in January. You're starting a new road. You're starting anew for sure in this pile. And you're very happy about it with the 4 of Wands. You're so calm that you've taken this journey. Although it's going to take a lot of effort, you're so happy that you have made this serious decision. See, this is a crossroad where you made an extreme change or redirection in your life from where you were going. And it's like with the password here with the 4 of Pentacles, you've unlocked a new pathway into your life in January. So in January, I see that this energy is actually causing production. It's making things move energetically for you. And I also see that because of these efforts, since this is a windmill generated by the wind, I see that it's going to start working out. Something is going to start working out automatically for you. So it's kind of like you putting in the effort, but then later on, this effort is generating electricity, generating money for you easily. How could that be? Let me think about it. Maybe what you're doing is going to create publicity for you. And so with the names we couldn't read here, maybe you're going to have a name that is well known. And so it's like maybe you're going to have an investor invest in you. Maybe you're going to have a name and you don't need any investors, and that's selling for you because you're creating a name. Maybe you are, let me think. creating momentum, where you're working hard in the beginning to set the foundation, maybe create a team, do something that is systematic. And then later on, yes, you may be putting in a bit of effort, but later on this organization or empire or system that you have created is going to start working for you on its own. So this is brilliant. You're up to something really cool, pile number 4, and that's why you're being very intricate here about it. It's going to work, and it's going to create big results. It's going to create some sort of brand name, or maybe your name is going to be known. And popularity. Queen of Wands is all about popularity. So you are definitely going to become popular. That's part of what's happening in your year. And that's why you're unlocking a new journey here. And now I see what's in the screensaver. These are gears, one shifting the other. That's exactly what we thought of here with the windmill. Something is going to start working automatically at some point for you, where first you need to put in a lot of effort, and then later on you don't need to put that amount of effort, because you would have created a system that is working automatically for you, perhaps generating that wealth and success for you, or making it much easier for you because you seriously put in the important work, creating that foundation that's just working automatically for you. This is a year that you're gonna love, and a month that you will absolutely love, because things are taking off. They're starting to work. They're starting to show you one way or the other results. And perhaps the Justice card here is talking about making something legal. Maybe if this works, you're going to register it, or maybe you're even registering it in January as well. Who knows? Maybe you're signing a contract, starting something new in January. All in all, whatever you're beginning, these serious plans and serious promises that you are giving yourself are going to manifest into a different life that you are not imagining. Totally different life towards the end of the year. Something completely different. I see you being a boss. This is a very cool character. They know what they're doing. They know what they have. And they're like, I got this. Right? And my dear pile number 4, this is exactly what I see in your reading. This is what can I say? I wanted to say a big month. No, this is a big year for you. Starting from, it seems, the 28th of December, this energy is getting very, very serious. And I wish you the best of luck in January. And then the next year, may you have a wonderful year full of blessings, strength, and the best to come for you, pile number 4. That was your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Also, please don't forget to check out my productivity book and productivity e-cookbook. And the reason is that I believe the two can really help you out start the year in the way that you want. You're full of energy of wanting to change things. And I promise you, these 2 books will really move you forward in the best way possible. The productivity book is small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate reading it in the first place. But it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. This book was written from my heart to really help you out. I promise you it's going to help you kickstart and continue to be productive while enjoying the process. And along with that, I have provided also the productivity e-cookbook, because I believe it's a great tool to have while you're being productive, because sometimes we're so focused on being productive that we forget our health. And I see a lot of people who want to be healthy, but it takes time to find the right recipes that we love, that are healthy and delicious, and to take time to cook them. And so I put all of these into consideration to bring out healthy and delicious recipes that could be cooked in a matter of minutes, giving you the rest of the day to do what is important to you. I've partnered with a nutritionist that I love and believe in to do this book for you guys. There's also a vegan version. Both of them have 210 recipes of healthy and delicious meals to choose from. They're both different. And so you can also get both if you're not vegan and enjoy the plethora of delicious meals to choose from. Each recipe has clear nutritional values, clear instructions on how to cook it in a matter of minutes, even if you don't have great cooking skills. And I do believe that it's a great tool to help you out with the new year. So I really stand behind it. I'm so passionate about it. I hope it helps you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it as well, as much as we loved and were passionate about creating it for you. And I hope the productivity book helps you as well in being who you want to become. And if you're interested in either of the books, you'll find them down in the description box. There's a link to each of the two ebooks down in the description box. And my dear pile number 4, thank you so much for tuning in. Love you guys, wish you the best, and I'll catch you in the next reading.